guys, and welcome to the newest episode of Bluray Tuesday with Terrell. All right, guys, we are back. So this week, there's a lot of shit that happened, I feel like. This is like the second longest week of the year for me. First was I feel like that was like 2 years, and now we're back. You know, I got sick, now we're back, I went to LA. But yeah, a lot of shit happened. But let's just go back to last week. So before the weekend started, I did check out D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, Heroes and Thieves. What is it called? Fuck, I fucked that up. All right, guys, before the weekend started, I did check out Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. So, me and the Overlook family took a trip down into the city, and we went to the Regal Theater to check this out in 4DX. I had a lot of fun in 4DX when we saw Avatar. So, Avatar, the second one, The Way of the Water. So we went to go see Dungeons & Dragons. Again, I only played Dungeons & Dragons like maybe once and a half, and it was cool. It was kind of cool to like get the bare minimum, the basics of it, but I don't know a lot about it. I can't really like tell you like the A, B, C, D for this. But I mean, watching the movie, you didn't really need to know much. I had hella fun in this movie. I will say the 4DX seats didn't give it any much more like Avatar. I feel like that shit made it for me. But for this movie, it was just like a couple of rumblings. I feel like the most action I had in that theater, pun intended, was when I was in the trailer. The trailer, the shit was just moving on up. It was a mess. I spilled my drink on Russell. Sorry about that. I spilled my popcorn on Russell. The thing just went, oop. A mess. I was a hot mess. So my drink, and we got these cups, these awesome cups with this Munich on top. I probably said that wrong. I don't know. But this little thing, it's in the movie. It's a chest you open up, and it has a tongue. It'll eat you or bite you. I don't know what the fuck it do. But it's D&D. So my favorite was the wizard bitch. She was like very, she was a villain, I guess. But if I play D&D, I want to have powers. So if I was going to be in this, I must be a villain, I guess. I don't know. But the wizard was cool. There was a sorcerer, the dude from the quarry, and yeah, some cool people. Oh, he's right here. This guy, he was a sorcerer. And then you have Michelle Rodriguez. This don't look like her here to me. Look like they femmed her up a bit. And then you have Chris Pine, who was the bard. They sing, I don't know, he dances. And then you have this guy who's, I don't know what the fuck his term is, but he's kind of cool, but he ended up being a villain too. Anyways, it was great. My favorite character was the chick that was the druid. The bitch was turning into animals, snakes, and worms and shit. It was great. But she's not on this thing, I don't know why, but she was great. She's the actress who played in It movie, in It Chapter 2. She was Beverly in those movies. She was great. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. It was a lot of action. There was more comedy than I thought, but it was great. It was very like a Marvel-esque film. I think it had like a post-credit, like a half post-credit scene, like the one in the middle, not the end. And that was kind of cool. I don't know. I liked it. A lot of action. It was fun. I highly recommend it. But the 4DX, you know, you can save some coin because it didn't really add to it. So, yeah, great movie. I had a lot of fun with it. And I see a lot of you guys are, too. All the reviews are 4.5, 5, and up. So, out of 5. But that's great. So, check that out. Dungeons and Dragons. All right. So, after that was done, we watched Drag Race. And we got to our top 4. So, I don't know if a lot of y'all watch RuPaul's Drag Race, but I do. Every Friday, we have a party. We get our Mexican food and watch Drag Race. With a few drinks sometimes, and we just go in, right? So, this weekend, we head up to LA. So I was super excited because I'm going to my first live taping. So the finale is going to air in 2 weeks. So this next coming week here is the reunion special. And beware, there's going to be lots of drama on that. But the reunion, all right, the finale. So a couple pit stops. Shout outs to Horror Vibes Coffee. It was super cool going into there. And I just missed fucking Terrifier. The fucking guy, David Howard Thornton, was there the next day. So he was there. I saw his little picture. But Horror Vibes Coffee is in San Francisco. I think it's in North LA. Anyways, it was cool. It's like a cool little coffee shop. I just went for like the theatrics of it, like the whole, like all the artwork and the cup. I wanted a sticker. I should have asked her for a sticker and I forgot. I was too excited, like taking pictures of everything. They had, I think I got the Candyman drink, which is so cool because the next day when David Howard Thornton went, he got the same drink. I got mine iced because the bitch, I don't even know hot coffee. It was already hot out there. So you can actually add CBD to your drinks. I didn't do that. I had a long day and I'm glad I didn't. But you could do that. That was so cool. My barista was cool. She was chill. She didn't really talk much. I was looking for the girl. Shout out to Tyrone. You had one of the girls who worked there on your conversation episode. I was looking for her. I wanted a picture. But no, I was a different girl there. She was nice, though. Yeah. All right, so that was cool. And then after that, I went to a Nightmare on Elm Street house. I was super excited. I've never been. It was just down the street. It was like 5 minutes away from that, or 10, 15 minutes away from that. And I was bummed that the door is blue. All right, so when you get there, I didn't know the house was occupied. So I got up and it says, beware of dog or some shit. And I was like, oh God, ain't no dog. They put a gate or a fence in front of it. And I was trying to take my picture and they had garbage cans in front of the door. Like, my big bold ass was about to go move the can so I could get a better picture. But the guy drove up, the man who owned the house. And he had on his little shorts and his little glasses, very LA. And I was like taking my picture. He walked by, I was like acting like I was doing something. Because, bitch, I don't want to get caught. I'm black. He gonna call the cops. Anyway, so I got my picture though. Y'all seen it. It's on Instagram. But I got my picture. It's just kind of ghetto because I'm in front of a fucking fence and there's garbage cans. Oh well, but that was fun. So I got to go there, and the Halloween house was down the street, but we were rushing on time because I wanted to go get in line. We essentially had general admission. We were supposed to sit way up top, and we don't get to that. But when I saw them seats, I was like, no, ma'am, I'm not sitting here. So we got in line. So we got in line. We were there for like at least, I was in line for like 3 hours, like from 12 something to like almost 4. We were finally let in. So basically, we're going to a live taping. So they were taping this live, and about the top 4 girls, and they're gonna do their little lip syncs. There's some surprises I'm not gonna spoil. Maybe after it airs, I can give a bit more tea because there's a lot of tea on this. But yeah, I was in line, and it was like the longest line I've ever been in the sense of how long it was. Yeah, it was like almost 4 hours, but bitch, I was behind people that are just annoying as fuck. And it smelled like pee. I couldn't do it. So LA was almost like San Francisco, and the area I was, Ace Hotel, why it smell like pee? And there's a restaurant behind me. Disgusting. So it stunk. Anyway, so I'm in line, and I was behind these 2 guys, super nice, Miguel and Angel. Shout out to you, I guess, if you ever watch this, who knows. But y'all were cool. But I'm not gonna be mean. But there's a bitch right before them, but right next to them. Bitch, she was in drag, right? She's a girl in drag, right? She looked kind of cute until I started clocking the boots. I clocked the wig wasn't attached to her head right, and her outfit, she kept pulling it up because it didn't fit right. Like, bitch, check your fit. And then she had the nerve, she was in line, just think she was by herself, bragging. So there's a girl that's on the show called Lucy DeLuca. All right, so fans don't like this bitch because she's like delusional. That's what Mistress calls her. She thinks she's better than everybody. I don't know. Just her vibe. I don't really like her either, but I wouldn't spread hate because I feel like on Drag Race, a lot of these girls, if you don't like them, your fans are too much going to put hate on their comments. Don't do that. It's just a show to give you entertainment, but this girl is delusional. Anyways, the girl in line was just bragging like, oh, I'm good friends with Jax, who's a contestant, Lucy, and all these people. We went to lunch yesterday. They got me these tickets. Well, bitch, you're in the same line as me, so we peers, for one. 2, she just kept rambling on about how she's made outfits for Mistress, Jax, and Amethyst, contestants on this new season. Bitch, if you're making all this, why are you in the same line as me? Why ain't you already in there with the dolls? This is crazy. And she just kept for like an hour and a half. I had to like, oh, where's my earpods? I wanted to listen to some music or something. I was so annoyed. I'm glad I wasn't the only one. Angel and Miguel felt the same way. No wonder they were dispersing over this way out of the line. I was like, what are they doing? Like, I'm gonna cut that bitch because y'all keep out of the line. Anyway, so she just kept going, oh, I made this. Lucy feels this way. Mistress didn't give her outfit until 11 o'clock, so she didn't get her fit right until late. Mistress, you shady bitch. Anyway, so she was spilling all this tea about the girls and how she had lunch with them. And I was like, nobody asked you this. Like, bitch, why are you, like, being kind of a clout or something? You want us to, like, bow down to you in them ugly shoes you had on? No. And I just didn't like her that much. She just rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know. And it was hot. And it smelled like piss. And to have this bitch talk about fucking Lucy DeLuca like they sisters, but you're in the same line as me, girl. You obviously ain't her friend because she could have got you in. She did say that too. She said she had 2 other girls that she had in there with her. Oh, she said, oh, she's in her hotel room. Bitch, why ain't you there since you know a lot about this girl? Anyways, I'm sorry I'm being so mean. But she was cute. Moving on. So there was other people that was rolling on in. So we saw James Charles. We saw other contestants like Simone walked by. There was a Tesla that got hit by an Uber. Bam, bitch. That's what he did. And there was just all this traffic. You saw girls walking across the street like they were celebrities. You saw Frankie Grande. He was there. We'll get into that. Summoning Sylvia, April 7th. We're going to talk about that soon. But yeah, so there was all these celebrities over there. Harvey Gillian from What We Do in the Shadows. I got a picture with him. A lot of alumni were there. A lot of like little celebrities and things like that. It was really cool. So all the makeup people, Manny something, I don't know about makeup. And then the other dude, the girl, I don't know their names, whatever. Patrick Starr, not Patrick Starr, the other Patrick, Jeffrey Patricks, I don't know, she wore red. Anyway, so it was a lot of that. So that was really fun. So once we finally get in, we walk up there and we saw where our balcony seats were. I was like, I can't do this. I'm up looking down. Bitch, on the picture, it looked like every seat was a good seat, not them seats. So my big ass went downstairs and said, I'm gonna try to sneak to the VIP because that's who I am. So I go downstairs and I was scoping it out, right? So I saw these empty seats with white stickers on them, and I heard these Karens complaining that they had VIP and someone else was in their seats. And then I heard a guy say, oh, hey, well, these seats, if no one sits here, you can sit here. I was like, oh, I got those seats. I saved the seats. We went over there, we sat there, but I was nervous the whole time. There was security walking by every 2 seconds, looking with this little flashlight, trying to make sure people were on their phones. Y'all shady bitches were on your phones, because right after we got out this taping, all the shit was leaked and I saw pictures. Y'all crazy. But anyways, I was in VIP and I was next to all the Hollywood gays. Oh my God. The one guy in front of me was on his phone fixing his abs with some editor. I saw it. So I see how y'all do y'all Instagram. Y'all think that shit is real. It's not. It's not. And I was like, who is this guy? And I realized I'd already followed him. Because I saw the picture. And then right next to me was this dude and his partner. And he was a dancer on Drag Race. And his partner was in some movie, which is kind of cool. And then behind me was these dumbass bitches. Let me tell you. It was all these they them. It's like, how do you identify? Like that. I'm like, bitch. Bitch. Okay, I don't want to be mean. So anyways, it was great. So there's just these two girls. I'm not gonna discredit. They was like they were amplifying how much they were all trans. They were calling each other husbands, even though they're girl. I was confused. Anyway, so the trans girl with the hair, the blue hair, she was very bold. She was literally drunk, and I'm glad they closed the bar because she was too loud for me. So she was just screaming all these trans rights stuff, which is great. Trans is beautiful. Do your thing, girl. But this girl was just all over the place. And she talked about how she wanted water. I remember when I left, because I was leaving to go take pictures with these celebrities, hence the Instagram. Some of them I missed out on, but I was able to talk to. But I brought her a water bottle, because they had complimentary waters in VIP, and bitch, I was VIP, so I got me some. So I gave her a water, and then, bitch, she didn't think of me when she went to go get snacks. Bitch, I was so confused. But she looked thirsty and she needed that water, so I hope that helped. She needed more. I should have brought her more of that thirsty ass bitch. She kept running up on stage trying to get pictures with Jinx and all these other characters that were there and all this stuff. I don't know, they were loud and it was really annoying. And she was like, it's okay, I'm trans, I can do it. And I'm like, okay, girl, do you, boo. But yeah, so it was a cool crowd in a sense, except for them, and then the Hollywood gays over there thinking they're everything. Oh, and the guy in front of me that they left, it was weird. He was on his phone on Grindr. The other guy was sending dick pics. He had a picture like this with his dick out. And I was just so nervous looking at people's phones because there was a lot of downtime during this filming. I can't spoil too much, but something did happen that was on stage. Each of the top 4 performers had to do a solo number, like a dance. And they had 6 dancers, and the first performer came out, and they did an amazing stunt. The stunt was insane, and I wish this would air, but obviously it's not. But she did this little spin thing, and it wrapped around this guy's leg, and they both fell, and she fell on his leg, and they stretched to the max, and they just couldn't do it. So they had to be in the back and redo the choreography. All 4 girls used 6 dancers, but now they had to go down to 5, so everything had to be changed. So she couldn't do that twist. So when they officially did it, the one you're gonna see on TV in a couple weeks, it's something totally different. And I was bummed. It was still good, but it wasn't as good as it was before. I don't know why they don't have backup people. What is it when you're in sports and you have somebody to like sub you in if you get damaged? I don't know. But they need that. Drag race is a sport too. Anyways, so that was that. So we had a lot of time that we had to wait. So we had to wait. And then I was just being nosy, look at all these people. I was listening to these bitches talk about they, thems, and these guys over here talking about how hot they are. This guy on Grindr. It was just a mess. And then you see all the celebrities. They kept going back and forth. So when you go to the bathroom down in VIP, on the side, it had the dressing room for all the dolls. So I've met a lot of the girls from Drag Race. It's super cool. Some are tall as fuck, like Diabetes. I didn't really like her last season, but she was really nice in person. And it was super cool. So that was that. And then once it all went through, RuPaul got on stage. They filmed out of order. So you had all the judges and T.S. Madison, everybody was on stage doing Q&As during this time, and they all made us, and the production comes out. Oh, shout out, I'm talking about this a lot, but shout out to production. I want to say, I've never seen anything like this before, but production deserves their flowers. They deal with a lot, and they have to come up with stuff on the spot, you guys. Production, all of them. I was like clapping for them because they made us clap a lot. So they're trying to get good feedback, like clapping. They made us go, ooh, like stuff like that. Or be surprised or shocked. They want us to jump up and roar, basically. And we did a lot of that just to give them stuff that they could edit into the episode, which is weird, the magic of TV. But we did a lot of that. I clapped more that day before in the whole 34 years of my life. It was just a lot. I clapped so much. My hands were hurting. They were red. Anyway, so that was cool. But production, you don't deserve your flowers. Y'all had to be on it. And I saw y'all run across the stage. Y'all sweeping shit up. Y'all like, oh, we got to do this with this lighting. Y'all were on it. So production on RuPaul's Drag Race or anywhere. I've never seen this before, but production, people behind the cameras, y'all is great. Amazing. I could not believe what y'all were doing. That was great. You could be talent. All you do is go up there and perform. But that behind the scenes, that's a job in itself. So I just wanted to shout that out and give that the kudos. So Drew Paul, love it. She was trying to read her teleprompter. She couldn't read some of it. There was a red light that was supposed to come on that didn't work. So she's like, y'all need to have a flashlight for me. I don't know when to start. She was great. She was having the drag queens in the front. Instead of her saying, oh, hey, hi, Jinx, hi, Kyria, she just said, oh, hey, you, oh, you're there too. Bitch didn't know none of their names. She only knew Leland because he writes her music. I was dead. Bitch, you better know Leland's name because those little CDs that you be putting out. But RuPaul, love it. It was great. And they finally got it done. Everything was filmed out of order, like I said. And there's some more tea. We'll get into it. But once we get down to the top 2, they filmed 2 endings. And I will say, out of the 4 girls, 2 of the girls had standing ovation, roars, claps, applauses. And I assumed those 2 for sure were going to be in the top 2. One of those did not, and I was shocked. And that person obviously was pissed because when they all came back on stage later, all the eliminated girls, all the people in the cast came on stage, this person did not come out. So by the time they did come out, I did see production went to go talk to one of the girls who's this person's friend, and that person ran to the back, and then when that person came back, she finally came back. But she didn't, the person who left. But she was in a whole different outfit because I think she got out of that drag and was ready to go home. So I wonder if you're going to see that edit. So pay attention to someone who don't make the top 4 and pay attention to the finale look and pay attention to what they are on the stage. But I think the camera didn't even go that way. I don't know if they're going to show it. But she finally came back outside. But there's drama because she was pissed. So sorry, production. All right, so I'm not going to spoil too much more. It was a great finale. Can't wait to see how it plays out. If y'all want any questions or tea, message, we can just talk about it after the shit airs. But that was super fun. Moving on. So speaking of Frankie Grande, he was in the front, kissing up on his titties and all the other people in his little crew and having a good time. I saw that blonde hair. I wanted a picture with him. I liked him on Big Brother. He's still kind of annoying. He was in Big Brother 16. He made it kind of far. He's actually in a movie that's just dropping this week on April 7th called Summoning Sylvia. So Summoning Sylvia is a movie about it's like a bachelor party. It's a group of gays together in this house, and they're in a haunted house, and they do a seance in this house to bring up Sylvia. I guess there's an old legend or something about Sylvia who killed her son because he was gay or some shit. I'm not gonna spoil it too much, but it's supposed to be a horror movie, but it didn't feel horror to me. It was comedy that didn't make sense. I get it. I mean, Frankie Grande did his thing in his like bitchy role. He was definitely the bitch. He was definitely the party one. He was definitely hooking up with the pizza boy and shit like that. Like he was the bad boy in that one. And then you had the main character. We didn't even know these people. The movie starts with all of them in a group. And it has the friend who's secretly in love with the nerdy boy, but they too busy like hooking up with other people. I don't know. And then you had the main guy who's getting married who has to watch his soon-to-be husband's straight brother who comes in from the Marines, and he crashes the party. They all hang out. All this shit happens. He seems homophobic at first, but later he in drag. Spoiler, sorry. But you gotta watch it. I mean, I'm making it sound more interesting than it is. But, I mean, it is what it is. I want y'all to check it out. It's called Summoning Sylvia. I needed to summon a drink afterwards because that shit wasn't for me. And, yeah, The Craft. So I'd rather watch The Craft. That was better. Anything else with Witchcraft was better. The Craft Legacy I thought was better than this. That shit was trash. But I don't want to be mean. April 7th. Check it out. Summoning Sylvia. Yes. All right. Moving on. Next up, I watched another forgettable movie called Stalker. Very forgettable, because I almost forgot I watched it. Stalker. It's about an actress who's, as you see her, she's being stalked by this guy with binoculars and glasses. He looked very Dahmer-ish, but old. And he's stalking this actress, and they get stuck in an elevator. Very devilish, very, what's that Hulu movie where the 2 people on Valentine's Day were stuck in an elevator? One was a killer. It's very that. So it's her stuck in an elevator with this guy who's been watching her. They can't get out. They have all these little conversations. I think it's like a COVID movie. There's only 3 people in it. But what drew me in is because Bret Hart was going to be in it from WWE. Shout out to WrestleMania. We can get into that later. But yes, Bret Hart was in the movie for like 2 seconds. But anyway, so there's two people stuck in an elevator. It is what it is. The movie's stupid. It's supposed to be a twist, but I saw the shit coming. The tagline says, "Be careful, hunt who was hunting and who was the hunter." Bitch, y'all spoiled the movie on that tagline. Bitch, I already thought, oh, maybe that girl is the real threat and the guy stalking her is not. But you gotta watch it. So, well, maybe not. This shit's boring. That shit is so boring. It's a lot of talking, and you can see the acting's horrible too, by the way. The lighting is horrible, and they're just in this elevator just talking. It's like, oh yeah, and then he slips up, and she's like, oh, so you knew X, Y, and Z, and then she starts acting crazy, and it's like, oh, I'm acting. I'm spoiling this shit. This shit's so bad. It ends up she ends up trying to kill his ass. It was just a stupid ass movie. The stalker has become the stalked, basically. Moving on. That shit was bad. And we on a roll with the bad movies, bitch, because we getting into Children of the Corn 2023, a.k.a. 2020. This movie was supposed to come out 3 years ago, and it got shelved, and it should have stayed on that shelf, locked the key, burned it. Like they burned the cornfield in the end of the movie. This shit was horrendous. Let me tell you, this is this year's fire starter for me. Okay, let me just start over. Children of the Corn, the series, I don't like anyways. I'm not a fan of Children of the Corn. I don't like children. So, when you get into this movie, it opens up with this girl living her best life, like honky-tonking it. What is the little donkey that honky-tonks? She living her best life with her overacting ass. And then you got this man coming out of the bushes or some shit with a knife. It's supposed to be scary. This is a normal day in the honky-tonk town, you know? And then he walk out, and there's a cop. He just stabs him in the gut and keeps walking. White people, you know? And then he go kill all the adults. You don't even see it. You see it off screen, you know? And then you see these kids were murdered, I guess, with this smoke. I don't know what the fuck's happening. And then you think time has went on, but it seems like it's the same day. The girl's talking to this guy. She's doing a puzzle about Alice in Wonderland. The Red Queen bitch is like significant in some way. Who knows? They try to throw all this shit at you, but nothing happens. And then she's possessed like that. I'm so confused. Like, bitch, you were so happy earlier, and then you have a red wig on. That nasty red wig. I almost bought a red wig to wear today so I could just be her. That red wig was nasty. So she wore that throughout the movie every time she was evil, right? And it goes into this girl named Bo, or Bolin, I think is her name. But we're gonna call her Mop, because that hair like this, it's pushed up and curly like this. Bitch, that mop ass hair. I was so mad. I kept looking at her hair. It's so bad. It's a mop. It goes like this. Bitch, you from the Jetsons or something? Bitch, it was weird. So we have Mop and her brother. Her brother was weird as fuck because her brother's just like, oh, you're leaving town. Bitch, I would too. This is the middle of nowhere. Wouldn't you want to leave? And she just turned 18, I guess. She looked like she was 12 with that mop hair. And she's like, well, I want to get out of here. And he was just like, oh, well, fuck you. And then they go into, there's these stupid kids. Mind you, all this has happened in a matter of hours. No time. These people are already possessed. And you have this little boy, I guess some cat or dog or rabbit died or something, and they're blaming this boy. So they have him, like, tied up, and he's on a plank. And all the kids are running in circles like fucking pirates from Peter Pan. Like, oh, like, die, jump off the thing. And then I was like, why are they doing this? You got a guy poking him with a stick. I was like, what is happening? He's like, jump. And then the brother, he flipped like that. He was a good guy, I thought. And he's like, jump. And the girl's like, why are you doing this, Miss Mop? And then he's like, oh, well, since you're leaving me, I need new friends. So you want to kill a boy? This man is way up here. And bitch, the little girl with the red wig talking about light a fire. There's sticks. He's going to fall in sticks and die. He's going to die, y'all. I didn't think they were possessed at first. I was so confused. Is this how kids play in the honky-tonk town? I was confused. And they all white. There's one black boy. I saw him. I tried to scope him out, but he was light-skinned. That didn't count. And then they were like, light it up. And then the girl Mop was like, you can't light it up. You're going to burn down the whole cornfield. They didn't want that. So they kept poking him, and then the scene cut. We didn't even see if he jumped or not. They kept trying to poke him, and did he jump? I don't know. This movie does that. We don't know. A lot of off-screen kills, and then we get Miss Mop. I guess her dad is some priest or some shit. I don't know. Or some powerful man, a sheriff. He was sheriff. Who gives a fuck? They die anyway. And then all the adults die. And once that was interesting. They killed every adult in the town. They burned them. They gassed them. They did all this stuff. They killed them. And the kids are just, ooh, like little pirates from Peter Pan. Like I told you, you go to the island with Tinkerbell. Yeah, that's what it felt like. I don't like kids. These kids is annoying as fuck. The adults are annoying. The kids are annoying. They're all overacting. And then they're underacting. Miss Mop cannot act in this movie. Bland. And then Miss Mop, obviously, I don't know. I didn't think she had friends, but she has a miraculously friend group that just pop up. We don't meet them. There's a black girl, and then you have these other people. Who are these people? It's like, oh, da-da-da. Bitch, you didn't even introduce these people. Who are these? Like, they're just talking. I was like, oh, so this is her friend group. They die off screen. And then it's stupid. Oh, they killed the adults in there's a hole. They put how'd they get the adults in the hole? They're in a hole, and they got a tractor. How do kids drive tractors? Bitch, you 12. And they put all this dirt, and they're like, y'all could have crawled out. That hole wasn't that big. This movie, I cannot. And then, this movie's so bad. And then you get into the cornfield, and then she goes to cry, and then there's a little slither, a little thing this is so bad, let me tell you. So the CGI on this little there's a monster. I don't remember a monster in the other movies, Children of the Corn. There's a monster. It looks worse than a sci-fi monster. Tubi Sharks by the Moon would look better than this. It looked worse than a Goosebumps from the 90s. Fucking Tales from the Crypt. Those look better practical effects CGIs. This looked so bad. It was like they got a computer screen and put a fucking picture of a monster on there, and it was just chasing them it was so bad. You cannot make this up. Why did this movie come out? Why was this even released? I'm so confused. It made me want to watch Firestarter again. There was no redeeming qualities in this movie. None at all. Like, when the guy got killed, it was kind of would have been a cool kill, but it was CGI on his face. That's not going to age well, hunty. And that was just so bad. This movie, I cannot stress how bad this movie is. And I feel like and it ends. Like, the girl, she burns the shit, and how do you stab grass? Bitch, she picked up a shake and stabbed the monster, and it's just grass. And then he was like, ooh, bitch, why do you feel that? You just went through your veins. It was grass. It was a corn thing. This is a stupid movie. I was so mad. I needed a drink. I've been trying to cool it on drinking, but I needed a drink after the movie was bad. I'm sorry, y'all. This movie did not make any sense. Every little thing that happened in this movie, the girl with that thing, no. Everything in this movie is bad. I don't want to, If y'all watch it, don't blame me. I told y'all not to watch it. But y'all can tune in if y'all want. I don't recommend it. Will I buy it? I don't know. I said about Firestarter and I still bought it. But who knows? Maybe it's super cheap. Maybe it's a slipcover. They might sell me on it. Who knows? But that movie sucked. It was so bad. And I feel like all the Children of the Corns are bad. And this is just, but why put this out? Are they ever going to get a Children of the Corn movie right? Who knows? Like, there's something in the woods. What's that fucking movie I talked about a couple weeks ago? That was a better evil kid movie than this. But this is stupid. Sorry, Children of the Corn, bad. So, I haven't had a Tubi movie in a couple of weeks, but with all these other bad movies, I think I need to go back to Tubi because those are more entertaining. So, coming up this month, there's 2 Tubi originals that are dropping that I'm super excited about. So, the first one stars Vanessa Hudgens, and it's called Dead Hot. I don't know what this is about. And on the picture, it just has her with a shirt that says Dead Hot. She's wearing the white tank top. I wonder if she has blue jeans. You know the Final Girls with its white tank top, blue jeans? She's wearing that with another girl beside her. But it's called Dead Hot. That drops this month on Tubi, as well as Bury the Bride, which looks great. It looks like a cool little slasher. Has Scout Taylor Compton and Chrissy Fox, and there's a third girl, and I can't remember her name. But something about a wedding. I watched half the trailer, but I don't want to be spoiled, but it looked good. The quality of it looked great. It looks like something like a regular, maybe like a movie that would be like straight to VOD, but it's on Tubi. So that comes out April 22nd. So I think the Friday afterwards is the Dead Hot one. But I'm excited for those, so stay tuned for those reviews coming soon. And yeah, let's talk about some Blu-rays. So this week was very light. There was a few Blu-rays that came out, some re-releases. Some WB put out some re-releases of movies. Also, there was Confess Fletch. I don't know anything about this movie, but that dropped today. As well as one from Artsploitation Films, Virtual Reality. It's a foreign film, and I hella want to get this. It's like on Amazon, it's $19.99. I'm sure you can get it on their website, probably around the same price, so maybe $20. I think it's $24.99 there. But it's a foreign movie about, a tagline, something about there's like a reality show, and that caught me right there, and it's like a horror film. So I'm all here for it. Like Tonton from It was great. So Virtual Reality, it's a virtual reality game, and I guess you could die in that game. So I'm looking forward to it. It's a foreign film, and I'm looking forward to that. But I didn't get picked that up yet. But I did get some Blu-rays this week. So first up is a Walmart exclusive. So I haven't seen John Wick 4 yet, but it's definitely on my list. I love John Wick. I already own all the steelbooks for their trilogy. I own the 4K editions. And now I own the Walmart exclusive Blu-ray box set. And the only reason why I wanted this is because of this deck of collectible cards. They're gold, and they're, I I haven't opened this yet, but this is super cool. I'm a huge card guy. I have like 25 decks of Uno, various different Uno cards, and I have regular playing cards. I have like all the horror ones. I have Disney. I'm a nerd, so I collect playing cards. I have, like, when I go to Vegas, I get playing cards. I don't know, I like playing cards. And when I saw John Wick had a playing card set, I was like, oh my god, I hella want that. I don't care about the Blu-rays, I already own those, but I really wanted this card set, so it's kind of cool to add this to the collection. It's only at Walmart, and they also have it in DVD form, and I don't know. It's great. So it says this includes officially licensed playing cards as seen in John Wick 4. So apparently these are in John Wick 4, and I still haven't seen that, so I don't know. Also, it was announced is the spin-off of John Wick coming out next year, 2024, called The Ballerina, with Ana de Armas as the main character. I'm excited for that. She's gorgeous and like a badass female that can fight. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, this has all 3 of the Blu-rays and all the bonus features that those Blu-rays entail. And it is at Walmart. All right. Next up, during my trip to LA, I had to stop by a Blu-ray place. I didn't get to go to Amoeba, but maybe next month when I go to DragCon. But I went to Best Buy, and guess what? They had Blu-rays. So I had everything because I ordered everything already. But I did pick up Dead Silence. This is James Wan's first big horror film. And I remember liking this a lot when it first came out. I think I owned this on DVD and maybe the cheapo Blu-ray that came out a few years ago, but I don't think I've rewatched it, but I definitely want to now. I like that it has this, the original cover. I'm assuming, I didn't open it yet, but I'm assuming the inside has the reversible cover with the new art. But it also has, yeah, a new 4K master. I don't know if it has any more. Oh, there's new interviews with Lee Winnell. Oh, wow, this is cool. So Lee Winnell has the interview on this and has all the regular bonus features from the last, on the last releases. I don't know. I'm really excited to rewatch this here. This is like the original Killer Doll after Chucky, before Annabelle, and Megan. And yeah, you scream, you die. Supernatural horror film, and I like Killer Dolls. This reminds me of Slappy, actually, from Goosebumps. We're talking a lot of Goosebumps this week. I love Goosebumps, though. I want to rewatch the old Goosebumps. But this is like Slappy the Dummy. Remember? Night of the Living Dummy, I think it was called. But yeah, Shout Factory. I was hesitant on purchasing this because I knew it came out last week, but I didn't pre-order it because I'm afraid. Because now Scream Factory, bitches, y'all be putting shit out with no slips, like the Happy Death Days and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't want this without no damn slip. So when I saw it at Best Buy on that shelf looking pretty, I had to get it. Look at him. He's like, yes, you coming home with me, bitch. And I picked it up. Dead Silence. Let me know what y'all think if y'all seen this. And yeah. All right, so next week there's a lot more Blu-rays dropping, so I can't wait for that. Stay tuned. And the week after that, I think we get Cocaine Bear. So if y'all into that, pick up Cocaine Bear. There's a lot of shit coming out this month, and I'm super excited, but this is the lightest week of the month, so stay tuned for that. All right, guys, so don't forget to listen to the Overlook Hour. There's some good episodes this past week. They talk about Dungeons & Dragons a bit more in depth. Also, the director of Malum, so y'all need to go check that out. I did watch that too. Maybe I'll review that on the next episode, but that is Malum. He remade his own fucking movie. So the first movie was fucking Last Shift. That came out like in 2014. That shit was terrifying. And then he remade it to try to elevate it, I guess, add more story to it. But I will say I liked them both. I feel like the stuff in the first one I liked more than the other one, and I like stuff more in the new one, Malum, that I didn't like in the other one. So it's kind of cool. I wish they could merge the two and make this ultimate movie. But stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.